What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and on this video it is going to be a how to start day trading video. Alright, boys, so I know a lot of you guys want to start learning how to trade, or what apps do you need to get, what broker you should use, if you need monitors, if you need just a laptop. I'm going to be explaining to you on how to basically start on what do you need to do. Alright, so first things first is you want to get an app called TradingView. Okay, that's the number one thing, because TradingView, you can download it on your phone, you can download it on your MacBook, Chromebook, you can download it on your PC. But on PC, you can also just use it through like a tab. You can just search it up, click on it, create an account, and that's it, right? So first things first is that you want to get a app called TradingView. Right here, this is TradingView that I'm on right now. This is TradingView. This is basically where you're gonna be marking up your zones. You're gonna do your analysis, your strategy, and you can even practice on here. But there is a membership thing that you have to get for TradingView in order for you to backtest. You do have to pay for it. I think it's either yearly or monthly. It depends on what you want to do. But I recommend using TradingView. I don't know if there's any other different apps to use in order for you to like backtest and all that stuff. But to me, I recommend using TradingView. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. So TradingView, like I said, this is basically where you're gonna do your analysis. You can look at different pairs. You can look at stocks, futures, forex, crypto. You can look at all those pairs, right? You can just click on here. Here's all the stocks that you can look for. Futures, you can look at these futures pairs. Forex, there's gonna be different pairs right here. Even crypto like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, all of that. You can just look through there. All right. So for futures, I look for just NQ and gold, and I look it for COMEX, and I look it for CME. Those are the only two ones that I use. All right. So I only use NQ and gold. Okay. Now, if you want to practice, all right, in your case, you're gonna hit this replay mode. Okay, you're gonna hit this replay mode, and then you're gonna click randomly. Okay, right here. It's going to be looking like this. For you, if you're brand new and you don't have an account, create an account. You can do it through Google or however, and then once you click that, this is not gonna be popping up. An ad is going to be popping up saying that you have to get the membership. All right, so let's look at here. Explore offers. So boom, I have the premium version right here. You can get the plus one, you can get the essential one, you can get the ultimate. I recommend just getting the premium and the plus. If you want to save more money, get the plus. If you want to get the good one, like guess that's pretty good, I recommend the premium one. There's up-to-date data candles, basically meaning like it's up to date, right? So an experience that I had at the beginning of the year, I had the delayed candles. So every time I entered a trade, it would say I would be negative, even though the candle was supposed to be up in profit. But yeah, like I said, make sure you guys get the membership so you can, if you want to trade on TradingView, you can get the real-time data for the candles. All right. But yeah, you can use any of these. You can use it just shows everything: volume profile, what is it, web, desktop, and mobile apps. It shows you everything you can get. All right, so yeah, I recommend getting it, and you can get the back testing and up to date candles. So whenever you trade on TradingView, you won't have any delayed candles and stuff like that. Okay, so now once you get that, I'll be having videos on my Discord. Make sure to join that for free. It is on my resources. I'm going to be having basically the beginners on how you can learn contracts, candles, market structure, market trends, all of that, so you can be watching. And before I even get further into the video, if you guys think trading is going to be a get-rich-quick scheme, get out of this video right now, bro. Trading takes years, it takes days, it takes hours, and it takes literally practice over and over on demo, back testing, whatever it is, bro. It takes effort, and it takes days, years, months, bro, however the case may be, how fast you learn. And also, you know what does help a lot? Having a mentor. having a mentor does help you a lot because they put you on the right path instead of you searching for the answers all over the internet for free. And then, it takes longer. The path takes longer. So I recommend getting a mentor, whoever that case may be. I recommend doing that. Okay, so first, now that you have TradingView, second thing that you want is either a MacBook, a laptop, or a PC. That's it, right? Yes, you can trade on your phone, but you won't be able to actually trade. Yes, you could probably just take signals and that's it. But to analyze the charts and actually get too deep in these markets and practice, you need to get a laptop. I have a MacBook. I don't use it. Well, I do use it every time. Let's say I go out somewhere and I need a place to trade, then yes, I take it with me. But this right here is my setup. So you guys can see, that is my setup. 2 monitors as my PC. That's it. I recommend getting a PC, and I also recommend getting a MacBook. If you want to save money, get the laptop. If you want to, look at 2 charts at the same time, get a PC. Okay? So, third of all, now you want to get a broker. Okay? So, for you beginners, I recommend practicing on demo. You could demo trade on your broker, or you can also, I think you could paper trade on TradingView. But I think you can only paper trade cryptos. You can't trade futures. I think you have to get a broker in order for you to get paper trading account, a demo account on an actual broker. So the broker that I use is called Tradeovate. You could use any broker of your choice. I use Tradeovate because it can connect to TradingView. When you log into Tradeovate, if you get it, it's gonna look so confusing. I didn't like how it looks. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go straight through TradingView. I connect it. So I use Tradeovate, and then you can use any broker of your choice. There's NinjaTrader, Oanda, Webull. There's a lot of brokers here, and you can just do your research and click one of them, right? What I recommend doing is opening up a broker account and going to demo. First things first is you want to practice on demo for a good 5 months to 3 months, depending on how fast you get it. I recommend going for 3 to 5 months. Just practicing on demo, getting used to what you're looking at, getting used to clicking buys, sells, taking profits, leaving runners, all that stuff. I recommend doing that. And as well as make sure you guys get a broker, and after you're done trading demo and you think you're ready for a real account, either go to Funded or you can go to Real Money. When it comes to Real Money, you would obviously have to properly risk manage. I know a lot of people who do Fundeds, they like to just blow accounts and they act like they don't care because it's a Funded. They trade news. That does not really how you're supposed to be trading. You're supposed to be actually looking at this long term instead of short term and try to get rich quick. I look at this long term. I did try Funded. I did pass an account before, but the platform that I used did shut down. So I took a break from trading for 3 months and decided to get my own account, and that's when I started putting money, and I was more careful with my money because it was my actual money that I'm like, bro, if I put in $20 and I lose 10, those $10 are gone. Yes, I can make it back, but them $10 are gone. So I recommend going for a real trading account instead of going for Funded. I do have a video about that on my Discord that you can go check out on why I recommend. You can either choose Funding or Tradeovate, but I recommend using a real account. Okay, so once you get the broker and you want to connect to TradingView, then you can go ahead and do that. Third thing that you want to do is learn the basics. That's what you want to do. Just learn the basics. You don't want to go hop into strategy. You just want to learn the basics first. Learn the contracts, learn risk management, learn market trends, break of structure, and then you also want to learn the candles. You want to look at the candles, okay? As well as depending on where you live. For like I said right here, this is New York session. This green box, that is New York session. New York session is from 8:30 all the way to 11 in the morning. Right after that, it's lunch hours for New York or whatever. London session, it starts from 2 in the morning all the way to 6 in the morning. That is going to be London session. This is Central Time, by the way. I live in the south of the US, so this for me is going to be Central Time. Asia session starts in 18 military time all the way to 1 in the morning. Okay, that is going to be the sessions. I trade New York session. I wake up at 7:30 and trade New York session. You could trade London depending on where you are. You could trade any of these sessions. But yeah, you just want to basically just learn the basics, the sessions, the time frames, the market trends, all of that. Everything of those videos, I recommend going into the Discord and just looking on resources, and you could just do your own research, or you could just go on YouTube and type it in. You don't have to learn from the videos that I put on the Discord. You could just learn from anywhere you want. Okay. Number 4, I recommend just sticking to one strategy. Okay. Yes, there's going to be a little, like, let's say I trade supply and demand, but you can also trade breakouts. So I trade breakouts and supply and demand, right? I will have some videos of explaining about supply and demand and breakouts, the ones that I use. But if you guys want to learn how to trade, let's say ICT or whatever, then I am not your guy, because, bro, I do not trade ICT. I trade supply and demand. You can learn from whoever. You can learn any strategy, but I recommend to sticking to one strategy. You don't want to be strategy hopping, bro. You want to stick to one strategy, and that is all. That is it, and that is all. One strategy, that's it. Okay. Number 5, I recommend getting a mentor. Okay. I'm not talking about your biggest guru mentor, or like, oh, showing off the Miami view and all these cars and there are millions of people following them. Hell no. I recommend getting someone small, someone who's not on the internet like that, and someone who's not even like flashy like that. I recommend going for someone like that. Like, yes, you see the cars, like, oh, I want to have that. This guy has that. Okay, but at the end of the day, what we want from trading is just freedom. You want to learn from someone who is, I wouldn't say on the come up, I would just say that it's not outgoing like that. That's not on YouTube like that. That's not like posting every single day like that. Like, he's just all about trading, and that is it. I recommend going for a mentor like that. But it's up to you. You know, you can go for whoever you want. You can learn from whoever you want. But I'm just saying, I recommend going for someone who's not big on the internet like that. Okay, you see all these traders getting exposed for trading demo or scamming people, stuff like that, paying $5,000, $10,000 for a mentorship, shit like that, bro. I don't recommend you doing that. I just recommend having a mentor is basically going onto their Discord, paying for their Discord, and then learn from them for a good couple, like 3 to 5 months, and then you go on your own. Learn from your own mistakes, but you also learn from your mentor as well, right? I recommend doing that, and then from there, you just go on yourself, and then yeah, you just start learning from your own mistakes. You start learning from your own rights and wrongs and all that stuff. All right. Next thing that I want you guys to do is get a journal. You can either get a notebook journal, or you can get a journal from your laptop, whatever. I use Notion. Okay, that's the journal that I use. But I also basically use my YouTube. I journal all my trades, trade recaps, live trades, all of that. I journal them on here. Okay, on my YouTube. I post every single video of my trade that I take. I recommend doing that. But yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe. That is going to be it for this video. Basically, you learning how to trade, or not learning, you basically starting how to trade. That's what I recommend, using TradingView. Get a broker, learn the basics, go on demo, funded or personal, and then from there get a mentor and learn on your own from there. Alright, that's what I recommend. You can do your own research on any of the stuff that I explained. But yeah, other than that, boys, that's going to wrap up this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.
Se meten los de las capuchas, andan bien truchas, lo que en el radio se escucha, cuerno pesado en lo que tú